Hi, welcome. It's Liam from Elegant Wine Tours. Thank you for joining me here today on the very first of our virtual wine tours. Behind me, you'll see Oakville Grocery, which was set up in 1881 and is still providing good fare to everybody who visits the valley, one of the most popular lunch spots for our guests. It was recently bought by Jean-Charles WSET of Raymond Winery and Buena Vista Winery fame. And he has opened up a museum to the side here, a museum of viticulture, particularly the tools, which traces the history of winemaking in this valley back 150 years. And also within it he has enoteca machines which dispense small measures of wines, so you can taste wines from each of the sub-AVAs of Napa Valley, all 17 of them. So if you're time poor, it's a great place to pick up a wide variety of grapes, of wines from Napa Valley. Now, bear with me. We're going to move on onto Highway 29, and I'm going to drive you up through Rutherford, and I'll tell you a little bit about it on the way. So as you see here, the grapevines are looking very green. Flowering is over, fruit is set, and the berries are really just beginning to plump up and fill. They haven't turned purple, blue, black yet. That'll take a little while longer. We're just passing Opus 1 and one of their vineyards in the front. They've had to grub up because it's reached the grapevines have reached the end of their life cycle, which is typically every 25 to 30 years for commercial grapevines, and then they'll replant. Cabernet is king in this valley, and that's what will most likely be planted. Now we're passing by the very beautiful Nickel and Nickel, which is sister winery to Farniente. Their focus is also on Cabernet Sauvignons. For those of you who love terroir, it's a great place to try Cabernet Sauvignon grown in different AVAs, and then you can see how the terroir of each of those AVAs imparts its own special quality to that Cabernet Sauvignon. So as we're in Rutherford now, it's most famously known for a piece of soil called the Rutherford Bench, which stretches really from St. Helena down as far as Oakville, where we started there at the Oakville Grocery. And what it does, speaking of terroir, is impart a very specific dusty style tannin to the grapes that are grown on the valley floor, which are typically very fruit forward. So that leads to a very balanced wine, and those tannins go towards creating very long lasting vines. People will be drinking them well into 25, 30 years. So we've passed quite a few famous wineries there: Cape Bread, Foley Johnson, Sequoia Grove, and now we're coming right up on St. Superi, which was recently taken over by Chanel Corporation. Now they haven't changed their winemaking techniques or anything, and if you get the chance to stop there, try their Dollarhide Cabernet Sauvignon from their Pope Valley vineyards. Now just past Peju Winery, a very popular spot for, I guess, the millennial, younger crowd. Great selection of reds, rosés and whites, set amongst beautiful parkland, and with a fantastic contemporary art collection, always turning over. But now we're getting to the end of our virtual wine tour. We're coming to the end of Rutherford. I'm going to take a little right in here, not across, right across from Inglenook, Francis Ford Coppola's winery. And this is my favorite. It's Elizabeth Spencer. They make one of my favorite wines, which is their Atlas Peak Merlot. But they also do a great selection of whites as well, for those of you who prefer whites to reds. And here we are. Well, look, I hope you enjoyed my little virtual tour. Thank you very much for spending a little bit of time with me today. Our phones are always open. And next time you tune in, we'll be doing an actual virtual tasting at one of my favorite wineries here in Rutherford too. So I hope you can join me for that. Thank you very much.